to your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Tuesday. Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. This month is rolling along, man. This football season is flying by. We're already 25% through the regular season. Got a big one coming up this week. Please, hey, don't forget, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit like. If you're listening on podcast, please subscribe, follow, whatever different podcast apps there are. There's so many of them out there. So please subscribe to the show. I really appreciate it. We're doing some awesome numbers on both the YouTube and the podcast form. So let's keep it going. This thing is really blown up. It's kind of out of control. That's a good thing, though. Anyway, appreciate you guys. We're talking defense today. We're talking defensive stats and PFF grades, all that stuff. A look at the numbers, you might say. Stats for nerds. What's up, nerd? Look at those stats, nerd. Got a clipboard, nerd? Anyway, we're talking defense, so let's jump into it here. Going back to the drive chart, I like to start off with this because especially when we play one of these chumps like Western Kentucky, it's kind of funny. So anyways, here are the drives. Turnover on downs. That was a 10-play, 43-yard drive. Then a field goal, touchdown. Then turnover on downs, fumble, turnover on downs. Halftime, punt, fumble, INT, punt, INT, punt. That's a rough second half, man. Jesus Christ. Ouchtown, population U, bro. So Buckeyes held them to 200 yards passing. That's legit, man. That team whips it around a lot. What does this guy have? 37 pass attempts just by the starter, Austin Reed. 21 of 37. That's only a 57% completion percentage. I think I talked about this last Friday on the keys to a Buckeye victory, that he's going to throw it a lot, but he's not super accurate. So Buckeyes did really well there. They did allow 15 first downs, but they really tightened up. After that touchdown scoring drive, they really tightened up on third downs. They only allowed 3 of 16 conversions. 3 of 16. That's amazing. And 3 of 6. They went for it 6 times, but they did get 50%. Not great, but we were 2 of 2 on offense. But total plays, 72 total plays for Western Kentucky. We only had 60 by comparison. So average yards per play, 3.9. The defense allowed 9.3 per completion and only 2.4 per rush. Seemed like they were the toppers were getting on that first down. They would try and catch the defense off guard, right? Seemed like they were getting a big gain on first down via the run. You know, they would just plow in there for 4 yards, 4 or 5 yards. And like, you know, they're going to run it on first down, seemingly. So 8 TFLs by the defense. Let's get into the stats here and the grades for everybody. Starting with, let's start with the defensive line. Run defense here. Tyleik. Where is this guy? This guy, he's burst on the scene the last couple of weeks, man. I'm loving it. Looks like he's in shape. I mean, as much as a man can be in shape at that size. And actually, I need to show you something before I get really rolling here on these numbers. This is pretty awesome. Patience. If you're listening on podcast, I'm sorry. You might want to pop over to the YouTube for this. This is called a big man celebration. He's rubbing his belly, sticking his tongue out and shit. That is awesome. Can't get that anywhere else, man. All right. So Tyleik graded out the highest on run defense, 76.1. He was in there. Tommy, not so great on the run defense. He was a 53.7, but he did have 6 tackles, had 1 miss, but he had 4 stops. Stops are when you stop the offense from making a positive gain. Jack Sawyer, a couple tackles in run defense. Cody Simon was in there later with 2 tackles in the run. Steele's in there. As far as grades go, Denzel Burke coming up, laying his head in there, got the forced fumble. That was huge. He graded a 73.6. Proctor a 73.2. Proctor was all over the field, man. He was making plays in the running game and in pass coverage, which all makes us all a little nervous, right? When we see the ball going Proctor's way. But stops. Steele had 2 stops. Tommy the 4 stops. Jermaine Mathews, Sonny Styles, Hero Canoe, a whole plethora. Everybody had a stop, I think, on the starting defense. And then the grades, Cody Simon, 72, Caden Curry, 72.9. So excellent run defense. Again, they only put up 80 yards, but squashed that. Okay, pass rush grades. Now, this is where we've been complaining a lot lately, right? We've been bitching about Jack Sawyer, JT not getting in there. Both the 5-star DNs, same class. They're supposed to be the next, Bosa brothers or whatever. But Jack had a great game, and I want to give him his props because I, kind of zeroed in on him last week, and he shut me up. So props to you, Jack. He had 7 total pressures, 2 hits, 5 hurries. That quarterback was never comfortable back there. Again, thus the 57% completion percentage. JT right behind him with 6 total pressures, 2 hits, 4 hurries. Those are excellent numbers. Tommy Eichenberg, 3 pressures, got a hit, 2 hurries. Tyleik got a sack and 2 pressures. Kenyatta had a pressure and a hurry. And then Mitchell Melton had a sack late as well. That's good to see. He looks freaking fast, man. God, I'm glad he's healthy. Mitchell Melton, watch for 17, man. That's it on the total pressures. The win rate, JT had a 33% win rate. Jack Sawyer, 32%. And batted down passes, we didn't have any of those. What else we have here? Yeah, I think that's it. But just want to say that Sawyer graded out a 94.4. Pass rush, JT a 93. Those are outstanding grades. Anything in the 90s is like, all-star level. Eichenberg was a 69.9, so kind of a drop off there, but the bookends got home, and we're going to need more of that this week against the Donors. What else here? Let's talk some coverage. You got coverage? Okay, targets. Igbinosun and Denzel Burke had the bulk of the targets here. Igbinosun allowed 4 catches on 8 targets, 50% completion percentage there. 52 yards total. He allowed 22 yards yak. He had a long of 34 yards. Did allow the 1 touchdown. I mean, they have to credit it to somebody. So I don't think that's his fault. He was just the closest one when the guy scored, Denzel, 3 receptions for 7 yards, 42 total yards. Obviously had a 1 pass breakup. And no TDs or anything allowed. Jordan Hancock, he allowed 4 catches on 5 targets for 40 yards. Did have a long of 17. Denzel had a long of 30. But overall, decent, I would say, is how I would qualify their play. The one big drive, the touchdown scoring drive, was a little frustrating, but I know it was early in the game. The defense was getting their footing and all that. So Steele was in coverage, 5 targets. He allowed 4 catches for 14 yards, so no major damage done there. Tommy, 3 for 4. Proctor, 1 for 4. That's great. And it was just for a couple of yards. So and Sonny Styles was in there. He only had 1 target, 1 reception. He was in for 16 pass passing downs. And so I didn't think we would see much of him at all. And we really didn't see a lot, but only allowed one catch there for 11 yards. Tackling from the secondary, Hancock led the way with 5 tackles, no misses. Steel Chambers, 4. This is just in passing downs. 4 tackles, one assist. Davison, 3 tackles. He's sticking his head in there. They always say they like to stick their face in the fan. That sounds painful, man. Tommy, 3 tackles in pass coverage and a miss. Proctor, 3 tackles. Good job. Denzel, a tackle, had 2 misses, by the way. And that's about it. Yeah. A few stops. Steele had 3 stops. Denzel, Tommy with 1 stop each. So all in all, a great defensive effort. They really, after that, going back to the drive chart here, they stopped them on downs on the first drive. Then they, let up a big 11-play, 31-yard drive for the field goal. Then the 7-play, 75-yard drive for the touchdown. After that, though, this defense shut them down. There was an 8-play drive that was a turnover on downs, 3 plays and a fumble, 6 plays. And don't forget about that fumble that they didn't recover. We didn't. Down inside the 5. Turnover on downs after 6 plays. Punt, 5 plays and a punt, 3 plays and a punt. Fumble on 1 play. INT on 7 after 7 plays. 5 plays and a punt. 3 plays and an INT, 3 plays and a punt. So just 2 scoring drives out of 14 total. 1 drive was over 70 yards, so that's a little frustrating. But the Buckeyes scored 26 points off turnovers, man. That's huge. So doing well. The 3 and outs are huge as a defense. So all in all, everybody stepped their game up, especially the defensive ends. I really want to shout them out. And the secondary and coverage. Good job, Proctor, coming back from an injury. So going to need everybody on top of their game this week going over to Notre Dame. So keep an eye out. Make sure you're subscribed here. We're going to have Ryan Day's press conference today. And tomorrow we'll have highlights from that. We'll have a film breakdown this week. And we'll give you my 5 keys on Friday. And then my picks to win on Saturday. So appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, please. Thank you. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.